Hello and welcome back to another new series on the channel. Today we're going to be starting the first episode into something I hope to turn into a bi-weekly series, being the Star Wars Black Series action figure reviews on the channel. I will only be reviewing Star Wars Black Series. I have no interest in the 3 3/4 figures. I got nothing against them. I got into Black Series because they canceled the Amber collection, but I still have an itch for those 6-inch figures. So I figured that'd be cool. I've always been a big Star Wars fan. I've always liked it. It's always been my second favorite film franchise. I'd say Jurassic Park's first, Star Wars, and then either Pirates of the Caribbean, Terminator. I love both of those franchises. But anyway, this is Star Wars. Star Wars is awesome. I love almost everything they've produced. I'm a little iffy on the sequel trilogy, but I'm also going to be just kind of limiting myself to anything in Imperial or Rebels. Basically my cutoff is Revenge of the Sith, after that to the beginning of Force Awakens. So anything that's got Imperial style. I may make some exceptions for some prequel characters. I probably won't for any sequel characters. I didn't care for the sequels. I mean, cool character designs, but I didn't really care for the movies themselves. I'm liking what Disney's been doing, so I've been getting some Disney Plus stuff, so that's always been fun. And I'm super excited to get into this. Today we're actually going to be taking a look at the first Star Wars figure I actually ordered. This is the George Lucas and Stormtrooper Disguise, a very cool figure. I ordered him several months back, and I figured he'd get lonely all by himself with my Amber collection guys. So it's devolved, and I've ordered more and more Star Wars figures, and I'm very excited because I love Star Wars and I love these 6-inch figures. They're really cool. I hope you guys enjoy this series. It's something new on the channel. I'm a little nervous about it, to be 100% honest, because people don't take change well, but I'm not changing the Jurassic stuff. Still expect a video every Wednesday like I've been doing. I've got a huge back catalog, and I collect Jurassic. That's what I mainly do. Look at my shelf behind me. I brought my Hammond collection guys to college with me. They're the ones that made the cut. I don't have the figure with me here. I filmed the intro. I filmed the intros post I filmed the video. So I filmed that video when I was back home, and I filmed a couple of reviews when I was back home. So just expect those to be coming out the way they are. They're a little rough because I didn't have my tripod, and then I went out and bought a ring light. So this video is gonna have some lighting differentiation, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm a YouTuber with 200 something subscribers, and I'm very self-aware, so I hope you guys enjoy. And without further ado, let's hyper jump into this. Alright guys, this is the brand new Star Wars George Lucas and Stormtrooper Disguise Black Series action figure. Very, very hyped for this. This is my first Star Wars figure I'm reviewing on the channel, so I am fairly excited. If the camera is swaying a bit, it's because I left my tripod in my dorm like a dumbass, so I'm going to be trying to keep it steady. Here is the figure. Let's take a look at the box. You got the Lucasfilm 50 logo, Star Wars logo, got Luke and Leia there, 4+, George Lucas and Stormtrooper Disguise. Got some troopers there firing. OG Kenner logo, which is something you'll see on the old Jurassic Park boxes, but they also use it for nostalgia on these Star Wars figures. Warning choking hazard. Then you got the figure here. It's a Stormtrooper with George Lucas's head on it. It's a pretty cool figure. It's designed like the old Star Wars action figure cards, which is really cool. On the back, you got George Lucas here on the set. It says George Lucas from A New Hope. George Lucas and Stormtrooper Disguise. We pay homage to George Lucas and his remarkable accomplishments in the film with the likeness of the director himself clad in the distinctive armor of an Imperial Stormtrooper. And then you've got it in different languages. Lucasfilm. You got the timeline here. It's all your films. And then Disney's taking over. And then commemorate the 50 years of Lucasfilm with a figure inspired by the creator of Star Wars Galaxy, George Lucas, and then all the languages, and then all the legal stuff, Disney Hasbro. This figure's from 77. And I'm very excited to get this guy out of the box. He looks great. And we're gonna crack this guy open. Alright, so here is our George Lucas figure out of the box, and let's just say he looks really good. The sheen on his armor is really cool looking, and overall it's just like a really good Stormtrooper figure, but you know, it works also as like a cool special edition George Lucas figure. This figure is actually directly based on a mail-away figure from like the late 2000s, which is pretty cool. They've done a couple of other George Lucases in the past, but this one is the most recent and probably the most detailed. As far as, you know, the likeness goes, it looks enough like George Lucas. The head sculpt's pretty nice. Moving down to the armor, it's got a nice sheen. Got nice black and white accents. The armor looks very plasticky, which is good because it's supposed to look like that, and it has a nice like feel to it. As far as the back side of the figure, or that nice Stormtrooper detailing. Seeing as this figure is a Stormtrooper, he comes with the classic Stormtrooper helmet. Sorry for the shitty sway, I don't have a tripod. His helmet looks very nice, and it will go on his head. I'll show that off in a sec. He also comes with an E11 blaster, which looks fairly nice. Let me show this guy with his accessories on. Here it is with the armor all on, and his accessory in hand. It looks pretty good. Nice side profile there. Nothing in the world will ever let you know that George Lucas is under the head of this Stormtrooper armor, but the head does look fairly nice there. E11, and he looks really cool. All get up. Alright, so let's sew off some of the articulation on this figure. Take his gun out of his hand real quick. So as far as articulation on the Stormtrooper goes, he's got a lot of articulation. He's got a swivel at the head, can go side to side, up and down. He's also got a joint at the neck, if you can see, where he also like can move his neck back and forth. He's got arm articulations, as arms will move out. As well as rotate there. He's also got elbow articulation and wrist swivel and hinge. So you can do some cool poses there. He's got swivel at the waist, and he can move side to side and back and forth. At the torso and legs, his legs will move out, back and forth. There's a joint at the knee. There's actually two joints, so you can bend all the way back. You also rotate at the knee. Then he's got an ankle rocker. Can move back, forth, as well as to the side a little bit. And his helmet easily pops off. Like so, to reveal our beautiful George Lucas-y face. So overall, a really awesome action figure. Let's compare him to some other action figures. Here is George Lucas next to the only other trooper I've got, being an Imperial Death Trooper from Rogue One. They look pretty cool next to each other, especially with the white and black contrast. Death Troopers are canonically like 7 feet tall, so he scales pretty well with this George Lucas, being as he's quite much taller than him. Here he is next to the Amber Collection Ellie Sattler figure. The Amber Collection is at a bigger scale than the Black Series, but they still look pretty good next to each other. Realistically, Laura Dern would be shorter than George Lucas. George Lucas isn't tall, but he's definitely taller. That's a different scale for these lines, so they're not the most compatible. But there is the comparison for that. Here it is next to the Roar Strikers Sinoceratops. It's kind of a... You could probably ride this figure, which I may make him do one day. These Black Series figures are definitely a lot bigger than the Mattel 3 3/4 inch figures, but there it is next to the Sinoceratops. And then lastly, here it is next to a Mattel 3 3/4 inch figure. This is the standard line Dominion Alan Grant. So this figure would be about the same size as your standard Star Wars action figure. I don't own any because I don't collect any, but that is your stand-in for size there. And then that will be curtains for this look at the George Lucas Black Series action figure. A very nice action figure. Definitely one I recommend if you can find it. And I'm very excited for the start of this new series, so let's get into whatever corny outro I filmed for this several months later. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Hope you guys stay tuned. I will be uploading these, every other Saturday. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys have all enjoyed. Plan to keep this bi-weekly. I'll keep up my best. I've got a couple videos in the back burner that I'm working on. I always expect content. If I haven't uploaded once a week, there's something wrong. But thanks for watching. Jurassic isn't going anywhere for those concerned. This is just something kind of doing to shake things up. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. May the Force be with you, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.